Introduction, setting the frame. There's something you need to understand before we begin. The people who attract the most attention are rarely the nicest, rarely the most available, rarely the most eager. They are the ones who understand how the human mind attaches itself. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. Power does not come from being loved. It comes from being mentally unavoidable. Attraction works the same way. People don't become obsessed because you're good. They become obsessed because their mind can't settle around you. So what I'm about to share is not about manipulation. It's about understanding the psychological levers that already exist and choosing whether or not to pull them. Once you hear these, you will never see attraction the same way again. Let's begin. Trigger 1. Strategic absence. The first trigger is absence, not disappearing dramatically, not playing childish games, but understanding this one law. The mind values what it cannot immediately access. When you are always available, you are mentally completed. There is nothing left to wonder about. But when you step back, naturally, calmly, without explanation, the brain does something fascinating. It fills the silence with imagination. Where are they? What are they doing? Why aren't they here? Machiavelli warned that constant presence breeds contempt. Scarcity breeds value. Strategic absence works because it creates an unfinished loop. And the mind hates unfinished loops. You help people by giving them space and time to miss you. And missing someone is the first step towards obsession. Trigger 2. Emotional contrast. Flat emotional energy is forgettable. The nervous system responds to change, not consistency. If you are always warm, you blend into the background. If you are always intense, you exhaust people. But when warmth is followed by distance, when intensity is followed by calm, the brain stays alert. This is how music works. This is how great stories work. And this is how attraction works. Machiavelli understood rhythm. Advance, then withdraw. Reveal, then conceal. Contrast creates memory. People don't remember how nice you were. They remember how different it felt to be around you. Trigger 3. Controlled vulnerability. Here is where most people fail. They either reveal nothing, or they reveal everything. Both kill attraction. True power lies in controlled vulnerability. When someone who appears grounded and capable briefly reveals humanity without asking to be rescued, the listener leans in. Why? Because it signals strength and authenticity. Machiavelli knew that showing calculated weakness makes strength believable. You don't confess, you don't unload, you don't seek reassurance, you reveal just enough to show depth. That contrast makes people feel trusted, and people bond quickly to those who make them feel trusted. Trigger 4. Unpredictable validation. Validation given freely is worthless. Machiavelli warned against rewarding loyalty too easily. The same applies to attention. When approval is predictable, it loses impact. When it is rare and specific, it becomes addictive. This is not cruelty. It is discernment. You notice what others miss. You acknowledge what deserves recognition. And because your approval is not guaranteed, it carries weight. The mind begins to chase it, not consciously, but instinctively. People value what feels earned. And obsession grows where value accumulates. Trigger 5. Selective disqualification. Most people try to qualify themselves. Attractive people quietly disqualify others. Not harshly, not arrogantly, they simply reveal standards. I respect discipline. I value depth. I don't enjoy chaos. The implication is subtle but powerful. Not everyone qualifies. Machiavelli taught that authority is established by deciding who is in and who is out. When someone senses they may not automatically meet your criteria, their ego activates, and the ego hates exclusion. This flips the dynamic. They begin leaning toward you. Trigger 6. Purposeful ambiguity. Clarity kills mystery too early. The mind bonds through uncertainty. When your interest is warm but undefined, the brain stays engaged. Every word becomes a clue. Every pause becomes meaningful. Machiavelli understood that concealment sustains power. You don't lie. You don't mislead. You simply allow things to unfold without forcing conclusions. The chase exists only where the outcome is unknown. Trigger 7. Strategic disagreement. Agreement creates comfort. Disagreement creates identity. When you calmly hold your ground without defensiveness, you signal independence. Machiavelli warned against appearing easily swayed. A fixed center commands respect. You don't argue for dominance, you state your perspective and let it stand. Respect grows, and attraction follows respect. Without it, desire collapses into pity or boredom. Trigger 8. Unexpected depth. Predictable people are understood quickly. Understood people are dismissed quickly. When you reveal layers outside your obvious identity, casually, without display, the mind reopens its assessment of you. Reassessment equals investment. Machiavelli believed mystery preserved influence. The less people fully grasp you, the longer they remain engaged. Depth discovered is far more powerful than depth announced. Trigger 9. Emotional landmarks. Most interactions blur together, but moments of intensity create memory. A sudden truth, sustained eye contact, a question that reaches deeper than expected. Then, you return to normal. Machiavelli understood the value of spectacle followed by restraint. Peaks stand out only because valleys exist. People replay emotional landmarks in their mind, and what they replay they attach to. Trigger 10. Investment asymmetry. People value what they invest effort into. When someone is doing slightly more work to maintain connection than you are, attachment grows. Not dramatically, not cruelly, just enough. Machiavelli warned against overgiving. Power leaks through excess generosity. Balanced distance keeps desire alive. Trigger 11. Non-neediness. This is the foundation. Neediness communicates lack. Lack creates pressure. Pressure repels. Non-neediness is not indifference. It is self-sufficiency. You are complete. Connection is a choice, not a requirement. Machiavelli taught that dependence weakens position. The moment you stop needing approval, attention, or validation, you become dangerous in the most attractive way. Because people can sense freedom, and freedom is magnetic. These are not tricks. They are ancient psychological truths. People do not obsess over what feels safe and available. They obsess over what feels just out of reach. Understand these triggers, apply them with restraint. And remember, attraction is not about being wanted, it's about being mentally unforgettable. Let me know in the comments below which trigger resonated with you the most, and if you got value from this video, give it a like and subscribe. That way we can continue this journey together.